Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this information session. My name is Gerridene Berg, and I will be your host for tonight's session. I do have a few keynote speakers with me on this call, some leaders in our team that is going to share with us some great testimonies this evening. So if you are brand new on this call, welcome. You can literally just sit back. If I can give you advice, instead of taking notes, rather make some screenshots on your phone if you do find the information on the screens informative, and rather listen to the message this evening, because tonight's session is all about hope, changing futures, and about dreams. So with that, before I start with the information session, I would first of all just like to welcome all our leaders. Well done for being on this call this evening. The QR code for the leaders for the Lead Team app is 8545, so you can put that into your Lead Team app. It will be on the comments as well, so just check the chats if you have missed the Lead Team QR code, which is 8545. And then also, what I would like to do is I would like to start the session, first of all, by just advising everyone that's new on this call to go back to the person that has invited them on the session this evening. Afterwards, just make that phone call back to the person who's got you on this call and just thank them for having your name on a names list. This is how we share this opportunity. This is how we share the products, by having people on our names lists. You won't find any billboards up with regards to our opportunity. This is a word of mouth marketing company, and we are being paid in commissions greatly for our word of mouth advertising. So we tell stories and we share hope. Now, before I dive into all of the information, I just want to make it clear that we're not selling you into anything this evening. We're not forcing you to make a decision. But what we're doing this evening is we're sharing with you some information that really changed our lives. I'm speaking for my husband and myself. We have been involved with this company for the last 5 years. And you can really go and do your research after the session with regards to what we share with you this evening. And then you can go and make an informative decision whether something like this is for you or whether something like this is not for you. But for us, this is definitely the better way of making a sustainable income, and in future, if you would like to fire your boss. So I'm going to start off this evening session with some information that has changed my life when I, just like you, attended my first information session. My information session, however, was an in-person session, but with great technology such as Zoom, we are able to reach more people all over the world, and that is what is so amazing about a Zoom session. Now, when I attended my first information session, I was age 26. And I was full-time in the law industry. I was an attorney by profession. And I sat in an evening information session just like you. And I was very skeptic whether I would want to do something like this or not. But I knew that the position where I was at and the place where I was at, that I was literally stuck in the rat race and I wanted out. Now, at the age of 26, my mother and my father told me that I am completely ridiculous to want to leave a corporate full-time job. At that stage, my corporate salary was 25,000 Rand, which for that time, 4 years ago, which wasn't a bad salary. But if you're living in Johannesburg or in the city, you would know that the living expense is quite expensive. Literally, my salary was enough to cover my rent, to cover some student debt that I still had with regards to my studies, as well as insurance and a medical aid. And that was what I was able to afford. So I was just over broke. I had enough money to survive, but I had no money to plan for a future and to do the stuff that I would love to do with my time. And with that, I was selling my time for money. And when I sat in an information session like this, I was looking for a financial future, or a better financial future, and I was looking for hope. Now, the person this evening shared that you are either involved in the 40-40-40 curse, which I'm going to explain to you just now, or if you are willing, you can transform your life by working hard for 2 to 5 years, and your life can look completely different. Now, first of all, I want to clear up something, that if you do love your job, you are more than welcome to stay there. But the hard reality, if you're an employee this evening, you can really do some self-investment, but 85% of the world's population is unhappy with their current jobs. And I made up in that 85%. I was so unhappy in my job and I wanted something new. Now, what the 40-40 curse illustrates is that if you go and work at the age of 20 and you retire at the age of 65, you will be working for 40 years. In that 40 years, you will work for 40 hours. Now, I can really raise my hand. Even though my contract with my employer stated that I was working an 8-hour job, I would easily work for 8 to 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours, and even 12 to 14 hours, depending on what my day would look like. If I spend an entire day in the court fighting on a trial, I had so much admin to attend to that evening. So I would either rush to the office back after a court day and spend several hours at the office just to get through my emails and to get through the next day drafting. Alternatively, I will come back with the work. I will come home with my work, and I would not spend time with my husband because I have got so much work to do. And the reality was I wasn't paid for my extra hours. In the 7 years that I was working at the last firm, I had to apply for my job 4 times. And also I had to give my boss 3 times. I had to give my boss a performance appraisal as to why I am due for an increase on my current salary. Twice I was rejected, and on the final attempt, I finally made a small salary increase, but the tax implication on that salary increase wasn't worth the fight because I was ending up paying more tax and still leaving with so little money. Now, at the age of 65, when you do retire, you will retire with 40% less money than what you are currently earning. Now, that for me was hard reality. But also what was hard to stomach for me that evening was the fact that in my 40 years of employment, I will earn 480 paychecks, of which 160 paychecks will go back directly to the taxman. Now, we don't feel this one because it's a deduction on our salary. So we have to pay the taxman what is due to the taxman. But if you go and sit and you actually calculate all the amounts that's being paid to tax, you are giving 160 paychecks back to the taxman, right? And then the truth, now, for example, in my situation, I was lucky after 7 years to earn 10 days annual leave that was paid. Anything after the 10 days that I've taken was unpaid leave or alternatively sick leave if I had sick leave available. Now, if I take 2 weeks annual leave, which are being paid by my employer, in my 40-year cycle of being an employer, I will have 2 years annual leave. And when I heard that evening, I was completely shocked because I know and I stand by this decision that we are not placed on earth purely just to work and slave our time away for money. We are called for a great purpose. We all have a massive story. Good and bad things have happened to all of us that has given us a testimony to share with the people out there. And if you're not sharing your testimony and telling your story, what is it that you are currently doing with your expertise and with your skills? People need to hear your story. My husband always say that everyone has a story and a book to write, a story to tell and a book to write. And I think that there's too few people at the moment sharing their stories and sharing hope. Now, apart from that what was for me a hard reality to swallow was the fact that at the age of 65, if you do manage to retire, 1 out of 100 people will be able to retire and be financially free. Now, I can take that back to my own upbringing. My mom and my dad, age 53, they are not in a position where they are able to retire at the age 65. And I know a few leaders in our business that I know them very close, and I know that even they find themselves in that situation, and that is why they're doing a business like this at the current age and time. Because the reality is, you don't want to retire at the age of 65, and you cannot enjoy your golden years. So what is it that you are currently doing? Now I'm going to ask you a hard question, and the fact that there's no videos on makes it so difficult, because in the in-person meetings, I can actually speak to people. Now, I know there was a few ladies who had their cameras on just a while ago. Tessa had her camera on. She looked beautiful. If you want to put your video on, you're so welcome. If you don't know that your video is on, just make sure that your surroundings is acceptable for an open meeting like this, but you are more than welcome to open up your videos and engage with me. But what I want to share with you guys this evening is that I don't know for how long or where you find yourself on this current timeline, but I'm age 31. And for 10 or 11 years, I was grinding in the corporate rat race. And the reality was that while I was grinding for those 10 years in the corporate rat race, it wasn't bringing me closer to my dreams, to a better future where I had financial freedom, health freedom, etc., etc., etc. Now, I don't know where you might be finding yourself and how close you are to 65, but ask yourself this question: is what you are currently doing making you happy? Is it bringing you financial freedom? If you have to still do this for the next 10, 15, 20, 25 years of your current life, what's going to change? Are you going to be able to retire with financial freedom behind your name at the age of 65? And if your answer is a solid no, then you surely have to look into something like this that's going to sustain you, or alternatively provide you with a second stream of income, or perhaps a third stream of income. Now, the next slide I'm going to share with you, and I really want you just to a few minutes, and you are more than welcome to leave your comments in the chat if you would like to participate. But I want to ask a few serious questions, and this was something that I badly struggled with 4 years ago. Now, here's the question to you this evening. If time and money wasn't an issue, what would an ordinary day look like in your life? Now, I'm going to add a few figures to this question, and you can decide where and what you need alternatively to have a better future. So if we start with the first one, what would you do with an extra 3,000 Rand income per month? Now, for a lot of people last year, they had salary deductions, salary cuts. A lot of people lost their jobs. So perhaps maybe you find yourself this evening and you answer this question by saying, well, an extra 3,000 Rand this evening will provide food on the table for the next month for a family of 4. Or alternatively, if you are where I was 4 years ago, you had some serious student loans that you had to pay back, and you know that the interest on that student loan is ridiculous. So for me, 4 years ago, 3,000 Rand really helped me to pay back my student loan. Perhaps you've got a vehicle that is financed and you want to get rid of the debt on your name. Maybe that 3,000 Rand is something that's extra that's going to cover your vehicle debt. Now let's up that figure. What would you do with an extra 6,000 Rand a month, right? So at the age of 26, I was living by myself. I was independent. I didn't ask my parents for anything. But maybe for me, 6,000 Rand was some extra breathing space. That allowed me, to social over weekends with a few friends, to have money to go and do fun stuff. But also for me, 6,000 Rand was allowing me to save some money, because being a lawyer, a job that sounds very glamorous, I wasn't able to add any amount, not even 1 Rand, to my pension fund. Now, that wasn't an added benefit to my salary being a lawyer. That was something that I had to invest in. And to be brutal honest with you, at the age of 30, I still didn't add 1 Rand to my pension fund. That was something that I only started with this year. So that is the seriousness of having some extra income. If we had to up that figure, what would you do with an extra 12,000 Rand income per month? Now, you see, this is where some breathing space happened. Perhaps maybe this is where you can double up your bond repayment. Perhaps this is where you can plan a holiday for a family of 4 or a family of 2. And you can actually go and have a holiday. Instead of having it on credit, you can have a planned holiday where there is some extra income. Again, I'm going to share from myself. Before this opportunity was introduced to me, I haven't traveled the world because there never was money to travel the world. I've been to Namibia. That was the verste wat ek al ooit was. But 12,000 Rand for me allowed me to save massively and go on international travel trips. If we had to up that figure again, what would you do with an extra 25,000 Rand? per month that gets paid into your bank account on the 15th of every month? Now, these are becoming some serious questions. And this is probably where most people would say, well, I can relax a little bit. I can get a second property that I can rent out. Perhaps maybe this is the figure where you would be able to fire your boss if that is something that you would like to do, and come back home and spend quality time with your children. But that's not the end. We can double up the figure again. What would you do with an extra 40,000 Rand? Now, for me, this was last year. I found myself with this company in this position. And last year in COVID, when my company started with the retrenchment programs, I was able to go to my boss and I said to him, you know what, there's a lady underneath me, my assistant. She is not in a position where she can lose her job or an income. I'm lucky enough to have a second and a third stream of income. And you know what? On that note, my second stream of income is double the amount that you pay me. So I will rather step down and step out so that you can use her and you can step her up if that is something that you are looking at doing. But I'm firing my boss, and I'm from this day on no longer employable. So on that note and on that figure, that was something that I could do with my life. Now, the next one, if we up the money again, what would you do with an extra 80,000 Rand? Now, you might feel tonight on this call that that figure really is undoable at the moment, but I'm going to share some insight with you. This is more or less the figure that we are earning with this amazing opportunity. So this really is doable. It's taken us 4 years, and that is why I mentioned you can either spend 40 years and work and slave away and retire at the age of 65 and be probably 1% that is able to retire at the age of 65 and be financially free. Or you can choose this evening that you rather want to invest 2 to 5 years on a part-time basis, and you can then transform your life completely. And that could be the income that you could earn with an opportunity like this. Now we can up this. What would you do with an alternative or an extra 120,000 Rand per month? This gets serious, and some people literally, if this is you this evening, some people struggle to dream big with their life when it comes to these amount of figures. This is something that I really battled with. It was impossible for me to think, what would I do with an extra 2,000 Rand a month passive income? Now, I would really want to be honest with you now. This for me now is so easy to do. There's a lot of things that I can do with 2,000 Rand extra in my bank account. I would easily pay the lady in front of me and the male behind me, if we're in the queue at the Woolworths or the Pick and Pay, I would easily bless them. I would pay for their groceries, and I would pay for the one behind me's groceries. I would look after my parents. Heiki's parents are a bit older than what my parents are, but I would look after them and make sure that they've got quality health and a quality old age years. I would travel the world. I would there's a lot of things that I would do with this money. I would upgrade my vehicle. I would travel with friends. I would take them with and allow them not to pay for the trip, because money is a good thing. Money is not a limited resource. There's a lot of money out there, but we've been brought up and we've been told that money is limited and only the people that work hard earns the big money. Now, I really want to change that perspective this evening. We are really earning great income in this company. We've got massive leaders that has been transforming their own personal lives with this company. We've got a lady that we've met. When we've met her 5 years ago, she lived in a garage. Today, she's literally a mother of 2 in her own flat. She can look after her 2 children, and she's financially free. She's able to take them on yearly holidays. She's able to help them with their extra activities or their hobbies after school. She can have them in school, and she's literally living a life by design. And now I want to ask you the question, like, are you living a life by accident, or are you living a life by design? And I also want to ask you this question: if you are willing to work an 8-hour job per day for someone else to help them get closer to their future and closer to their goals, and you come home at night and you can't work an hour on your own personal goals, dreams, and future, you are not tired, you are uninspired. Now, for me, this was really a harsh reality to hear. I took offense the first time when I've heard this, but when I went home and I sat and I resonated with this message that I've heard from the speaker on my information session, it actually is true. If you had something bigger than yourself planned for your future, that thing would wake you up in the mornings or keep you up in the afternoons for you to work an extra few hours on your own goals and on your own future. Now, here's my message to you this evening. Your life matters. Your story matters. You have great purpose. You are still here on earth because someone is not done with your story yet. And if you are not telling your story to someone, you are not helping someone that needs to hear your story. And that is why some people find it so difficult to dream today about their futures and their dreams, because life have hurt them so much that something like this and a session like this is impossible for them to attend to, because they've been disappointed so many times in their life. And this is what our main mission is with this opportunity. Is our mission is to take 100 couples out of the rat race, bring them back home where mom and dad figures matters, where you can spend quality time with your children, with your family, and do something that really makes you happy. I've actually had a coffee date last week with someone, and she said to me, she hates the fact that a weekend is only 3 days long. And I said to her, I don't understand what she's trying to say to me. She said she loves her job so much that she cannot wait for a Monday. And if you're in the opposite position where you wish the weekend to be longer because you're hating the Monday away, then maybe you should question what it is that you are doing with your life and with your time. So with that, I'm going to share some further information. This really is very informative. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's the more familiar book that he has written. But he also written the article on cash flow quadrant, or the book on the cash flow quadrant. And in this book, he's demonstrating 4 areas where an average person like you and me can earn an extra income from. So majority of people will find themselves on the left side, where they are an employee or a self-employed business owner or a small business owner, or alternatively, you can find yourself on the right side, where you are a business owner or an investor. Now, if you are an employee, you have a job, you are selling your time for money, you only have 24 hours in a day. If you don't get through your work, a lot of work probably have to go home with you and you have to attend to it after hours. And here's the reality. We believe, or we think, that our jobs are safe and secure, but we are all replaceable when it comes to a job. We are being replaced by people with that comes fresh from university, because they are cheap laborers. People would rather have a cheap labor in place than someone who's demanding a 20 or 40 or 50,000 rand salary. Alternatively, we are replaceable by someone with more education or more skills than what we have, or experience after their name. So we are replaceable by someone that's better than us, purely in terms of their skill and their educational level. The hard reality is that 90% of the world's wealth, 90% of the world's population finds themselves on the left side quadrants, while only 10% of the world's wealth are being allocated to these to the people in these 2 quadrants. Now, that for me is sad. That's probably why we have a massive unemployment figure, because of the small salaries, and people purely cannot survive on their current salaries. On the other side, you've got the big business owner, or you've got the investor. Now, the big business owner literally is where you create systems, or you put systems in place that brings you money. This is where you probably have 500 employees working for you. You can go take a holiday trip for 9 months or a year, and your job can sustain itself by the system that is in place. It doesn't require you to be there all the time. It can manage without you. And then ultimately, you want to be an investor where money works for you. Now, in reality, 10% of the world's population find themselves on the right side quadrant, but only 90% of the world's wealth are being allocated to this quadrant, which is massive. So if you're on this call this evening, you want to transform your life to the right side where 90% of the world's wealth are being allocated to you. And with this opportunity, we say instead of the 40-40-40 plan for your life, invest in this opportunity for 2 to 5 years, and we can transform your life from the employee quadrant or the self-employed quadrant over to the business owner quadrant, where there's a system in place that accumulates money for you. Now, what is this company that has changed my life, that has given me financial freedom, that has allowed me to fire my boss? And what is this company that I will, for the rest of my life, partake in and share hope with and tell stories, because it ultimately just is for us as a couple, Heike and myself, the better model that we would like to be a part of. So this company is called Manatech. So tonight is a Manatech information session, and you are so welcome on our evening session. And I hope that the information that we share, really, you do find them informative. Now, coming from an employee background and coming from an attorney background, I sat in the audience and I really wasn't listed for another job that's going to be hard work. And also, I wasn't on the outlook for something that was not going to be sustainable for me to get me where I am today. So for me, there was a few things that I looked at, and I did my research on these things before I decided I'm in, let's do this. Now, a few things for me that was important before I made the transition to fire my boss. I wanted to know, is the company that I am involved with a legit company? Now, Manatech was founded in 1994 in Dallas, Texas, and we are currently operating in 27. We have been operating for 27 years, and we are operating in 26 countries globally. Now, what is amazing about this for me is that Manatech is not a fly-by-night company. Heike's been involved in this company for the last 5 years. I am 4.5, going on 5 years. So this company is surely a company that's going to be in existence for the next lifelong years that you want to add to it. What is amazing about the fact that it operates in 26 countries is it allows us as an average person to build business in any of the 26 countries we find ourselves. And alternatively, if life somehow forces us to leave South Africa because for whatever reason, we literally can pack up and go to any of the 26 countries where Manatech is operating in, and we can continue our business from there. But also the reality is that a lot of South Africans are leaving South Africa at the moment, and they are creating better lives for themselves across the world. But what we can do is we can share with them our amazing products, and we can share with them this amazing online opportunity where they only need a cell phone or a computer to perform the duties of this opportunity. So we literally are building a global business for ourselves. We are being paid in rands, we are being paid in dollars, we are being paid in euros, purely because our business is a global business. Now, also, Manatech is a publicly traded company. Now, for me, this was super important because I wanted to know that the company that I'm getting involved with is a legit company. Now, a publicly traded company is a company that gets audited 4 times a year. They have to there's a certain regulations that they have to comply with, and they have to submit documents. Now, for me, a company that's being regulated by law sits well with me. I didn't want to be a part of a certain scheme or something that was illegal. So this really changed my mind. Now, Manatech is also on the New York Stock Exchange. Our ticket code is MTEX, and we've been on the NASDAQ since 1999. Now, also another point that was super important for me is I wanted to know, what is it that this company is giving back? I want to know that if the company is the only one with this product, or am I going to participate in a market where I sell another weight loss shake or another facial product or any of the products that's currently on the market. Now, let me tell you, Manatech is the only company that can provide you with glyco-nutrition technology. We have got patents on our products, and you can find our Ambrose flagship product nowhere else but with Manatech. So we have something that we can give back to the market that is called disruptive technology, which is amazing, and we are currently changing the world with regards to our products. Now, unfortunately, this evening, I cannot go into everything, so I would really suggest that you go back to the person that's got you on the call or the leaders on the call. We have got amazing resources. there's a specific video called Powered by Ambertose, which is being explained by our head scientist or our head doctor, Dr. Steve Nugent, and he specifically explains what the glyconutrition technology is and what it does to your body. But also, before I go into detail with regards to the products, also, what is amazing about Manatech is we are part of the Mission 5 Million program. That is our massive why. That is why this is our social entrepreneurial program. Now, the Mission 5 Million project, or the heart of Manatech, is where we give back to children under the age of 5 years. Now, they battle with a massive, massive issue out there, or a massive challenge, and that's the fact that a lot of children out there under the age of 5 are being malnourished today. And because of that, they cannot develop into the children that they have to become, and ultimately in the next generation, leaders that they should be one day for our country. And with Manatech, or the heart of Manatech, by simply ordering your own products, you are giving a child food on the Mission 5 Million program, which is super amazing. So with regards to the products, like I've mentioned, we have got patents registered on our products. Now, a patent is only active, I think, for 4 or 5 years. Then you have to reapply for that patent to keep it activated. So we have got 130 active patents on our, I think, almost over 100 different products. Now, that is amazing. Also, we have got a 90-day money-back guarantee on our products. So basically, you can use our products for 90 days. If they've done nothing for you, you can claim your money back. I think in our 5 years, we had 2 customers asking for their money back, which is okay, because if the products didn't work for you and you can honestly say that you've tried them and you've committed to the products, Manatech won't disagree with you, and you can get your money back. Our products are NSF approved or NSF certified, and this is purely for purity and safety reasons. So a lot of the products that comes into the market, what is stated on the label is not exactly what you will find on the inside of the product, but with our products, what we list on the outside of the labels is what you will be consuming. And with our products, you will be consuming food for your body. We are massive ambassadors for cell-to-cell communication, because the moment that your cells are communicating with one another on an optimal level, you will be healthy. Now, the human body is such a special thing, and the human body should be able to heal itself. Our body is the miracle, not the product. But unfortunately, in today, with our diets, the foods that we consume, facts such as pesticide, pollution, green harvesting, all of those things, our diet is not allowing us to get in the missing nutrients that our body needs to be optimally healthy. Now, our flagship product, Ambertose, has got those essential nutrients inside the product for your body to be healthy and to heal itself. And that is what our products ultimately does for the human body. And also, just what is amazing, we are not a supplementation company. We are a research and development company. We have spent, I think that figure is wrong, I think it's currently more than $65 million on our research and development, because our scientists and our doctors is continuously researching the human body, what the human body needs, and our science on our products are being upgraded literally by the year. So that is so amazing. Nowhere else in this world but Manatech you will be able to find glyconutrition technology for your body. Now, with that, I'm going to pause for a few seconds. I've got 2 speakers on the line that's going to share with us an amazing product testimony. And the first one this evening is Mariana Deploy. So thank you, Mariana. You can share with us your story.
Good evening, everyone. I trust you all are well. Thank you so much, Gerridene, for the opportunity to share on your call tonight. It's such an honor and privilege, and so much appreciated. I just want to start off by thanking and acknowledging my upline, Bronze Presidential Directors Heike and Gerridene Berg, Presidential Director Dalian Brits, and Silver Executive Director Antoinette Klassen. Thank you so much for all your support and motivation and encouragement and guidance on this lovely journey. You all are truly such an inspiration to me. So just a quick product testimony from my side then. I started off with Amber Toast and Catalyst. And what I love about Catalyst is the sustainable energy it gives one right away, rather than just a spike of energy in the morning. Really an amazing multivitamin to make use of. And then on the other side, I've used Amber Toast. I was struggling with the so-called pregnancy brain or poor memory for quite a while after my pregnancy. So that, together with my work requiring a lot of focus and long hours and deadlines from time to time, I was really looking for a product that could assist me with mental sharpness. And that is exactly what I got from Amber Toast. I could really feel a difference in terms of my overall focus and memory and concentration. And then the combination of Amber Toast and Catalyst specifically is working very well for me. So yes, with that being said, I can highly recommend the Monatic product range. Just give it a chance and see what difference it can make in your life. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Have a lovely evening, everyone.
Thank you, Mariana. It's a privilege to have you on our call. Next up, we have got Darlene Brits. She also has an amazing product testimony. I would rather say testimonies. So she will always surprise us with a product testimony. Thank you, Darlene.
Well, thanks so much, Gerridene. I just want to thank you and Heike, Bronze Presidential Directors, for all your love and support. You take us by the hand and you show us by example. So tonight I'm actually going to talk about something totally different. It's very difficult to choose a product, I must be honest. I normally speak about Amber Toast, which really helped me. I was diagnosed with a life-threatening disease a few years back. And that was the only thing that really gave me, energy and also helped me with clarity, like Mariana said, with my brain, because at one stage it felt like I didn't have a brain. But what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is the skincare products. I actually, from my loyalty points, I just started buying the Rejuvenation Cream. And I've got an exceptionally dry skin, and because of all the chemical medication and treatments that I had for a very long time, over 6 years, I don't have any collagen left in my skin. And as you know, for women, that's a huge problem. And also, I don't have the ability to make more collagen. That was quite a shock for me. So I started with the Rejuvenation Cream, and let me tell you, it was about 3 weeks in, I started looking at my skin, and it was fine. As if it's, really, I don't know, your skin is glowing. And I actually thought, you know what, Alien, it's just, you're imagining things. But then people actually started asking me. It started with, are you happier? You look so well. Things like that. And then people started saying, you know what, your skin, what are you doing? Your skin, your skin, your skin. So I must be honest, this Rejuvenation Cream is just phenomenal. And I will definitely use this till the day I die. Thanks so much, Gerridene.
Thank you, Darlene. I can really support this testimony. I was one of those asking Darlene, what did she do? She looks years younger. So our rejuvenating skincare range literally is the natural Botox, and I can vouch that that product is amazing. Unfortunately, that is our product testimonies this evening, but we really have got amazing product testimonies. So if you are battling with a challenge, go back to the person that has got you on this call, share your challenge with them. They will advise you with the right products. Use the products for 90 days and see what this can do to your health. I have got my own product testimony with regards to female challenges. My husband has got his own product testimony with regards to mental challenges, and we are literally on the core 5 products every month, and we love the loyalty points that we get by being on our products. Now, why would you become part of a company such as Manitech? Well, this is a part-time company or part-time opportunity. You start this company part-time, and alternatively, when you get to a place where it really can provide you a better income than your current income, it becomes a full-time opportunity. Now, it's an online business. You can literally do this from the comfort of your own home, from your cell phones, from your laptops, and you can build a business worldwide. Also, there is zero risk, which I'm going to explain to you when we get to the compensation plan. And also there is unlimited income that you can earn in Manitech. Like literally, you can design your own bonuses, your own income. The person that works the hardest is the person that gets the most money from this opportunity. But the paychecks is phenomenal in this company. Now, also, I've mentioned traveling. Because of this opportunity, I have been able to travel. We're literally going to Mauritius at the end of this year. We're flying on the 31st. So this will be my first international New Year's. I have been to Italy, Cefalù in Sicily. My husband has been to Maldives. He's been to Los Angeles. He's been to so many places because of this all expenses paid trips that this company provides you for the hard work that you've done. Then this is a turnkey business. Now this links in with a system that I've just spoken about when I've explained the quadrants. Now you obviously want to be part of a system that creates wealth for you. And this is exactly what Manitech does. There's an entire system. You plug into the system with the leadership, with the help of mentors, plugging into the webinars, connecting with your mentors and your coaches. We help you to understand the system because this is so different to your corporate or your traditional jobs, but you get used to the system, you apply the system, and your business will grow. It is a teamwork opportunity, and we really help you to dream bigger for your own future and your own goals. It helps you with goal setting. I usually said that I am a procrastinator. I had to change that. I had to say that I have got the habit of procrastinating. And with the amazing goal settings and the daily dozens, the habits, I can firmly say that I have got so better. I have become so better in daily good habits, and that really ultimately develops you into a better person. And with that, apart from the great products and the amazing opportunity and the amazing wealth that you can sustain in this opportunity, there is no better program than the Manitech Self-Development Program. I know people invest so many money in life coaching and a life coaching mentor, which is a great thing because everyone does need a mentor in their life. But Manitech for me is a life coaching business. It really helps you develop in the best possible version of yourself. If you had to see me 3 years ago and how I spoke in front of people and how nervous I was, and if you see me this evening and you think I'm doing it comfortable, it purely is because of the self-development and the confidence that this amazing company, the books, the CDs, and the association with the leaders has done to my self-development. So I'm going to get two people on the call this evening. They're also going to share with us why they're doing Manitech, the business. And I believe that this is really going to be informative and of help if you are still deciding whether a company like this is for you or not. And the first person I'm going to invite is Cecilia. Thank you, Cecilia. Cecilia, just unmute yourself, please. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Good evening, everybody. I want to thank my Presidential Director and Enroller, Darlene Brits, and also our Bronze Presidential Directors, Heike and Gerridene Berg. Gerridene, I must say, it sounds music to my ears to be able to fire my boss the way that I feel today. So it's definitely a yes and thumbs up for me. My why is I enjoy the product and can see and feel the difference in my own body. I enjoy working with people, and my goal is to make a difference in people's lives, to introduce them to a fantastic product that I know myself that is working, and also to give the same opportunity for the people that is also going to use that product to be able to give them that opportunity to be able to earn some money. So that is, to me, is such a good and a positive feeling that I get to be able to tell the people, use the product, and also you can earn money on that. I do not have a pension fund, and this is why I am planning to have an income and also to be financial free one day when I'm retired. So I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity for tonight, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia. We know that you are so close to firing your boss, so just keep on doing your daily activities. Then next up, we have got Steph. She is an amazing leader in this business, and she also has got a powerful why testimony. Thank you, Steph.
Thanks, Jerry. Thank you so much for the honor to share on the call tonight. It's always such a blessing to share. And with that, I want to thank you and Heike. You are my bronze presidential upline. And you guys are just amazing. You are family, you are friends, you are leaders, you are business partners, you are everything in all. So yes, a little bit more about myself. I'm a mother of 3 children. I've had my own payroll and HR business for the past 11 years. So I find myself in the self-employment quadrant. And yes, with that, all the challenges of if you don't work, you don't get paid. And I am very involved with my children's lives. And I always thought, you know what, if I can't be there for them, I don't want to go back and work for a boss, number one. And number two, I find myself in a difficult situation. And if I had to lose 1 or 2 clients, then I will really struggle. So yes, I actually phoned up Heike. I've been friends with him for quite a few years. And I asked him, you know what, Heike, this business that you're busy with, can I do it? And he actually said, you know what, yes, you can. And he showed me everything that you have been hearing on this presentation tonight. And my biggest concern was time. I was always scared that, okay, I'm a mom of 3, I have my own business, I run a household, I run around like crazy. How am I going to do a sideline business like this as well? And you know what, if you follow the system, you plug into the system, you set aside time, you do your Monday evening webinars, you slot into the Zoom calls that's already there for you. You just invite your people and say, listen, I started with something new. It's an amazing opportunity. Do come and listen what it's all about. You know, it's a new world that opened up for myself. And I also obviously started with the products. And my health absolutely skyrocketed. And I'm also using the Manatech facial product. And yes, Darlene, I saw you at the previous training and I said to you, your skin is looking amazing. So yes, I love Manatech's facial products. And I encourage all my clients to use their loyalty points to buy the facial products. So yes, we have amazing perks, we have leadership, we have personal development, and yeah, we have regional meetings, and you know, you actually become family with a business. You never, yeah, as I said, even if life takes you down, Manatech will always be there. So you will always be part of the business. The business never leaves you. Whereas if you are working for a boss, if your life takes you down or something happens, you might lose your job and the work or your job will not be there anymore. Whereas Manatech will always be there. It has been there for me. So yeah, if you're looking for a long-term, part-time business where you can help other people and build on a very strong extra stream of income, you are at the right place. Thanks for letting me share. Have a good evening. Bye.
Thank you, Steph. Lovely to have you on our call this evening. Right, people. So now we're going to the compensation plan and how can you earn or be a part of Manatech. So there's two options quickly. You can either become a customer or you can be an associate or a business builder. Now, a customer, there's no registration fee. You simply go back to the person who's got you on this call. You share with them your challenges, or alternatively, as advice, just start off with our Amber Toast product and see what that can do for you. Now, you order your product online, it gets delivered to your house in 2 to 5 working days. And with that, you are part of the loyalty program where you earn 20% loyalty points from the first month that you've purchased the products. Or alternatively, if you want to be an associate or a business builder, this is where you will earn an income from this opportunity. Now, your registration fee is only 710 Rand, which includes your 600 Rand registration fee and then your delivery fee. Now, your delivery fee will deliver your business in a box to your front door. Now, the fact that it's only 600 Rand, literally, if you go calculate that amount, that's 2 cappuccinos per month for the next 12 months. Surely, I'm sure that you can cut off on 2 cappuccinos per month to get the registration fee in place so that you can be part of a global opportunity that allows you to build a business in 26 countries worldwide. Now, this is not enough money that I believe. That is why we say that there's no risk, because if you are allowed to build a global business and you've obviously got the money from the bank, you will work extremely hard to get the money that you've borrowed from the bank paid back to them at the right time or the right period allocated to that. Now, a lot of people feel that the fact that they've only paid 710 Rand doesn't give them skin in the game, and that is why people don't work hard in a business like this. And this is where your dreams plays a big role, and where self-discipline plays a big role, because you're doing this business for yourself, but for your future. And as an associate or a business builder, you are also part of the 20% loyalty points, where you earn 20% loyalty points from your first product purchase. Right. Now, one of the first amazing bonuses that you can earn in this company is called the first time order bonus. This literally is when you introduce the products to a customer and they order their own set of products from you, you will earn 20% loyalty points on that customer's product. So, for example, if a customer orders 1,000 Rand loyalty product, you will earn 20% first order bonus on that first product purchase of your customer. So that is how easy it is, just quickly to earn in your first few days your 20% first order bonus. Then where do you want to start? You obviously want to add your own subscription order, because you want to be part of the Mission 5 Million project, where you give a child food on the Mission 5 Million program. But also, if you don't have your own product and you don't know what the products has done for you, or how the products worked, or how the products taste, for example, how are you going to be able to educate your customers on our product range? So we advised all of our associates and business builders, you want to become a product of the product, and you can start off with your own product, 2 or 3 products, just as you wish, but at least just be on a product so that you can know what the product has done. Why would you want? We advise our associates to be on 100-point volume products. Now, point volume is our currency that we operate, because Manatech is in 26 countries worldwide. We are being paid in point volume, PV. The point volume to every product is the exact same number, but the price range for the product might differ due to different currencies. Now, 100-point volume is more or less in South Africa 1,500 Rand, but 100-point volume is what you need to feed a child on the Mission 5 Million program. Also, like I've said, just by doing this, you've now opened up your online shop for your customers. You've received your business in a box that's been delivered to your front house or your front door. And you've also now have made up your own subscription order for you to join in with the loyalty programs and the Mission 5 Million. Now you're going to start. How are you going to start in this opportunity? Well, you're going to share your product testimony or the product testimonies of the team leaders or the team members in your business. In the beginning, we say, you're still finding your feet. So at the moment, stand on the shoulders of the leaders. use their stories, use their testimonies, and share hope with future. Right. So we advise that you get a few customers. Every business out there needs customers, obviously, to keep the doors open. You need 2 customers on 100-point volume. The moment that you've built up 200-point volume in your online shop, you will earn 10% commission on the volume inside your online shop. Now you can grow this or build this to 500-point volume. The moment that you've built 500-point volume, you'll earn 15% back on the customer volume in your online shop. And the moment that you've done 1,000-point volume, you will earn 20% back from your customer basis. So this is purely just focused on customer. The 20% first order bonus and the power seller bonuses are on customers. Right. So the next one, you want to share this opportunity, obviously, with some friends and with family. Now, I'm going to be brutal honest with you. Family for me, which is called the warm market, your family and your friends, this really was for me a very difficult market to approach because you know what? Like I've mentioned, I've got the habit of procrastinating. I have started so many projects and I've given up halfway through the projects. So my parents, for example, don't want to do business with me because they know of my bad history or my lack of discipline. But if you approach the cold market, which is endless out there because we live in a massive world population, for me, it is so easy to compliment a stranger. And that really is the technique that I use when it comes to the cold markets. So, for example, on a side note, I love flowers. I love when a woman dresses well, when she's dressed in the color yellow, when she smells good, or when her makeup really is beautiful. I would go up to a lady and tell her, listen here, I love your dress, or I love your shoes, or you really look good, or you smell great. Where did you get this perfume from? And she will tell me, man, I've got it in the shop just around the corner, or I've got this from there, or wherever. And we will engage in a conversation. I would then ask her, well, why do you find yourself in the shopping center at this time of the day? What do you do for a living? Where do you work? And we will start communicating about where she's at and what she does. I'll take the number, I'll come home, I'll share some information with her, and I'll invite the person to an opportunity meeting such as this. And here's the reality about compliments. When last did you receive a compliment from a complete stranger? Or when last did you give a compliment to a complete stranger? The thing about a compliment is it makes you feel great, but it also makes the person feel great. Now, there's enough sadness and brokenness in our world that we should, for us not to compliment one another. So let's share hope. Let's add smiles on people's faces. Compliment people, engage with conversation. You never know when your life or your day crosses with the right person that's been hoping and praying for an opportunity like this. So I love to approach the cold market. Right. So you will be approaching people and your network will grow, and you will get 2 people in the beginning to start off in this opportunity. The moment that you've got 2 people, let's call them, for example, mom and dad. You get mom and dad in this opportunity. With the help of the team, we help them to grow their online shop with customers. The moment that you've done 500-point volume in your customers and they have done 500-point volume with their customers, you qualify for a Team 2 bonus where Manatech pays you 1,000 Rand back because you've just done that. Now, what is amazing about the Team 2 bonuses, it continues to a Team 4, Team 6, Team 8, Team 10. So the moment you've helped 4 people to get their 500-point volume, you'll get another 1,500 Rand. When you grow and duplicate the system, you help 6 people to get their 500-point volume. Manatech pays you an extra 2,000 Rand back into your pocket, and you continue till you get to Team 10. The moment that you've done Team 10 and you've qualified for those, you can easily earn an extra income of 9,500 Rand. And in the beginning, when I approached you with your dreams and what would you do with an extra 10,000 Rand, this is how easy you can get an extra 10,000 Rand in Manatech. Right, so this is only our passive incomes or our bonus incomes. Now there's also something called leadership income. Now our business is based, or our business model is based on leadership, because you obviously want to educate people to do what you did so that they can get to a place where they want to get to. So the moment that you've helped or you've assigned 4 of your people into this business, associates, and you help them, or you've done 4 associates, you then qualify as a director. So let's just quickly go back quickly. So to this example, the moment that you've done 500 point volume and 2 of your people have done 500 point volume, your business stands on 1,000 point volume, right? So at 1,500 point volume, you are feeding 15 children on the Mission 5 Million program. So, and apart from the first order bonuses and the Team 2, Team 4, Team 6 bonuses, you also qualify for leadership income, where you can earn anything between 750 to 3,000 Rand additional to the previous bonuses. If you help 4 of your associates to get to a director level, you then jump to executive director, your business grows to 6,000 point volume, and you're feeding 60 children on the Mission 5 Million program. And this is where you can earn anything between 3,000 to 10,000 Rand per month. And this you can easily do in 3 to 6 months. Now, again, if you help 4 people to get to executive director, you will then jump to gold executive director. Your business feeds 200 children on the Mission 5 Million program, and you earn anything between 50 to 20,000 Rand per month. And this is where a lot of people are sustainable to fire their bosses, and one of the parents can come home to be with the children, right? So this is how you grow the business. You continue the process. If you help enough people, you get to if you help enough people get to gold executive, you will then go to presidential director. Your income is anything between 30 to 50,000 Rand. You duplicate the system and you duplicate your leadership. You get to a bronze presidential director business. You earn anything between 60 to 85,000 Rand plus all of those bonuses. And really, as you can see, the sky is the limit with Manatech. Our mentors, I can't do this opportunity meeting without thanking and edifying our mentors. They are currently gold presidential directors with Manatech. But if it hasn't been for their help and their support and continuously growing us in this opportunity, we probably wouldn't have been so successful the way we are today. So Berg and Sebastian, our gold presidentials, thank you so much for taking us by the hand. But then also our mentors are platinum presidentials in this business, right? They are 36 years old and they've built a sustainable passive income of 200,000 plus Rand in Manatech at the age of 36. Isn't that amazing? And really, I want to invite everyone that's on this call this evening, please open up your diaries for Saturday. We've got an entire day function. It is our massive super regional event. Please just go back to the person who's got you on the call. There's a morning session, an afternoon session, and an evening session. If you can, book yourself for the evening session. This is where you will meet the platinum presidentials, the silver presidentials, the gold presidentials, the bronze presidentials, but you will also have the privilege to meet our 2-star platinum presidential. So 2-star platinum is not on this slide, but when you stop at presidential director, it doesn't stop for your income. You can grow to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and really come and hear the stories where they've started, average people with no business skill, with no education, living from 500 Rand a month. And they've literally built up an empire with this opportunity, probably some of them in 10 years, others in 5 years. Because really, this is not a race. You have to find your own motivator factor for you to be successful in Manatech. Right, I'm going to go back to the slide just quickly where I shared what would you do with extra income. And as I've explained now with the previous slide with the leadership income, this really is so doable now when you see the figures for the second time. Now imagine that this is 2030, you've got no debt, you have got a six plus figure income, you have got multiple rental properties on your name, and you've got the freedom to fire your boss. Here's the reality. All of that can be yours, but that is depending on the decisions that you make in 2021 and 2022. What is it that you are currently doing with your life? Is it getting you to a better place? And if not, maybe it is time to give an opportunity like this a chance just to develop you into a better person and ultimately transform your life in 2 to 5 years. Now, I've spoken about the personal development program. There's a lot that I can say about this, but come to the super regional event. You will see the system. You will see the people that is leaders in this opportunity, and we are all a product of the self-development program. And I'm going to end off the session purely quickly by saying that the lead team QR code is 8545 for the leaders. If you have missed that, thank you for your time this evening. I really hope that this was informative for you. And this is where I end off that. If it's not this, then what is it that you are going to do with your life to transform it to a better place in 2 to 5 years? And if not now, when is it time for you to stand up and create a life by design and no longer a life by accident? So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of the week, and please come and say hi to us if you are going to attend the Super Regionals in Johannesburg and in Cape Town. Goodbye.